plays. 5. Stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back. 5 Play Friday. The calendar has turned. We're now in January. League season intensity ratchets up. We've had a chance to shake off all the rust from the preseason, from the tournament season. We're into league season. We have to be at our best, and we have to be ready for things that occur on the court. Of course, here at 5 Play Friday, we like to look at plays so that we can get better. Greetings, everyone. My name is Greg Austin with The Better Official. We craft video to make basketball officials better so they can take control of their officiating career. And we're going to get started today on the show with a You Make the Call play. Possible block charge. What do you have on play number 1? Blocking foul ruled by our calling official. What do you have on this sudden block charge play in the lane? Put your ruling down in the chat and make sure to stick around to the end of the show where we'll look at all of the things on play number 1. All right? Okay, last second play. We're down. Team's down by 4. Again, we're talking about positioning on plays. We're talking about, as always, end of game situations. We are absolutely at our best. That's what our entire focus of developing our skill set as officials, so where we can be where we need to be, make the right rulings on plays in end of game situation. It's like a final exam. We're taking a test all game long in terms of our habits and fundamentals, right? But our final exam in close games comes when the game is on the line and we need to be our best, and our habits and fundamentals in a potentially stressful situation come to bear. And we can be exposed if they are lacking, right? So on this play, we have a tough out of bounds possible step on the line play, right? Our trail official needs to be aware of that. I love the fact that our lead official was taking a peek, right? It's really an important decision. Maybe for some reason our trail official is blocked. Have an opinion about the play. But when this ball is caught, where exactly would we want to be? We want to be right where this camera angle is. This is where we need to be, okay? The play moves. The player goes to here. We have got to fight to get a look. What's this player going to do, right? They are looking to shoot the basketball. We have to have an open look on the play. In the end, we are straight lined. Video quality poor. Okay, great. We made a foul ruling on the play. What does the game want from us in this situation? Conviction, strength. You got a foul, I have a foul. What we don't want to have is ambivalence. We don't want to have wishy-washy. We don't want to have unsure, right? We want strength, confidence. The game wants it. They may disagree with the call, etc., but the game wants it. That would be a takeaway as well on this play, right? Pretty good. Not sure who was the foul on, right? We want to have better habits and fundamentals so that we shine in these situations. All right, so another positioning play. It's an end-of-game situation where we want to be at our best, right? Our position on this play is poor. We just have to identify that. We're looking at our own game video. Here I did not have a look on the play, right? I froze, let's say, in the back court when the ball was going potential out of bounds play, and I never recovered from it. When that pass was in the air, I should have been on my horse getting into position. I would have achieved an initial position, and then I have to move to get a better position when the player goes to the left. So a great play to look at. Again, positioning is critical. It's the number one factor in being able to get plays right. All right, so appears to be a tournament game. Again, we're looking at positioning. We're looking at end-of-game situations, what the game needs from us as a crew, and some issues on this play that I would like to talk about just because, it's important. Okay, so we have a player who goes to the basket. Now, when looking at the video, this was pretty obviously an egregious traveling violation on an end-of-game shot. Okay, but what also, after the camera pans, is egregious is our, let's say, our positioning as a crew. Now, we've got some circumstances on this play, which as high school officials, right, we know all about it, right? Let's watch our center official here hustling to get into the front court. We have somebody in a wheelchair along the sideline. Is that going to distract you as a center official as you're working out on the sideline? It sure is. It sure is. Oy, oy, oy. Right. And we end up in, I'd say a pretty good position, right? A default position on when the ball player gets the basketball. But of course, then they disappear. It's very difficult to make accurate traveling rulings when the play is going away from us in this fashion. I mean, this player's holding the basketball. They're caressing it like a Heisman Trophy winner, right? With their left foot on the floor, 2 long steps. I mean, it's a travel by rule. I don't know how the game has been called, all of the things, etc. It's a travel by rule. We just have to own that fact, right? Definitely picks the ball up, then takes 2 subsequent steps, right? But what's missing from the positioning of our crew? What's missing, right? And with 4.4 seconds in the game, this is not a time to take a play off, right? Let's put it that way. Ball is scored. Player calls a timeout. The coach does not call a timeout. Our lead, a neutral official, recognizes the timeout. We need to be aware in these situations, right? Timeout is ruled. We've got a celebratory team and a team that's dejected. The celebratory team comes together. They encircle the players who are ejected. This is a chance for an emotional outburst. Get out of my way, etc. We need to shepherd these players through this situation, be on high alert. When players cross, especially in a situation where one team is celebratory and one team is dejected, right? Yeah, we have to have eyes on players. No incidents happen on this play. That's all well and good. Key takeaways here are that we have to be in the front court to help on this play as a trail official. It's unacceptable for us to say, okay, this is the end of the game, so I'm just going to take a play off and just be in the backcourt. It's just not acceptable. All right, so the game comes to a natural conclusion. The player slips. They never get a shot. Everything's good. This is a tournament situation. I don't know what state it is from. Why are we on the court? Why are we fist bumping the team that won? Why are we then exiting the court with the team that won? It's just not a good look. I am all about fist bumping players, when they greet you prior to the game, etc. But at the end of the game, it's just not a good look. That's all I'm going to say. It's just not a good look. We can't give any sort of appearance in this situation of a lack of impartiality, even though we're just like celebrating the game, etc. I don't see any reason for us to stick around. Some states, I know the officials are supposed to stay for handshakes. Whew. Man, I'm not feeling it. So, again, another positioning play, right? End of game. We have to be at our best. We have to be in position for plays.
Double technical on number 3, Dave Hall. He has been ejected from the game.
Wow. Wow. I have not seen this at the high school level in quite some time. I mean, I'm sure there are events, obviously, in football games. You see players run off the bench and go after the officials. Just bizarre, crazy, terrible behavior, mistake. Obvious. There's going to be ramifications from doing something like this, right? But let's look at all of the things on the play. Okay. So we have an out of bounds ruling. The play is in the official's lap. Right. Let's go here. Always tough. No room. Close to the sideline, close to the division line, or the end line. Could have had a better throw in position. We're picking nits though. Right. So also recognize if you are an official who the ball goes in the basket, you start moving down the court. You're giving up your position. Almost always it's not a factor, but sometimes it is. Now we are at the court. We have a sudden play. It's in our lap. It's like right there. The ball obviously goes out of bounds off of purple. Player feels they were fouled. Technical foul. Makes the worst mistake of his life, hopefully, that we can say that's the worst mistake you've ever made. Contacts the official, right? So let's recognize what we had. We had a player technical for language, and then we have a player technical, a flagrant player technical, which on its own would have meant disqualification for that player. But in this instance, it's the second of two technical fouls, so we're going to shoot 4 free throws. I love our calling official doing that. He's as far away from the bench as possible. Our center official, possible crew chief, takes a while dealing with the bench before he gets back. Of course, in high school, a player is disqualified. They are not ejected. If the player, that's always an option for the team to choose. This player's upset. We need to get them out of here. We don't know what happens on this. But habits and fundamentals throughout this, almost impeccable. I'm going to pick some nits, right? We've had a player bump us. What kind of emotional response is that going to give us? We have the second technical foul indicated, and then we're like sort of throwing it at the player, approaching the player. That's the one thing that I would fix in this situation, right? Easy technical. We're moving away, right? We're done, right? Then to come towards him, I don't like that. Right. That's just me. And what we're going to do in the moment, who knows how you're going to react in the moment when this happens on the court. Right. It comes out of nowhere. Yeah. So, but everything else, the way the crew handled things, perfect. We like to see. Yeah. So again, positioning rears its head, and just the simple action of the ball goes in the basket, and we start up the court in a 20-point game, possible tournament game, who knows. We make that our default, right? And the one time out of 50 that it rears its head, it rears its head. Yeah. So positioning plays a factor on this play, but this is an egregious act, a flagrant technical by our player. They would be disqualified, and I'm sure there would be ramifications down the road. All right, you got to have one every season where a player plays the basketball with their shoe. Oh, he makes a valiant effort to try to get it to put it on. That won't go. Has it in his hand. Swipes at the basketball. Right. We look at the position of this crew. Fantastic. Calling official makes the ruling. Center official intercepts them. Let's just make sure what we have. This is great habits and fundamentals. We got a player technical this. We're going to do that, etc. Slow the official down. Right. Communicate. Then we got great communication with our crew. This is an obvious situation. It's not a big deal. We're going to have any player from opponent shoot two and division line opposite the table, but great habits and fundamentals by the crew, right? That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. But we do have the swipe with the shoe. Yeah. We get one every year. Every year there's a good swipe with the shoe play. Anytime you see a player with a shoe in their hand, yeah, let's keep an eye on that guy. Hey, back at the start of the show, we had that block charge play. Let's take a look back at play number 1. All right, block charge play out of the blue, right? That's an important part of this play is the ball's deflected. It's bouncing in no man's land between multiple players. One player lunges for it, grabs it. Our defender is bowled over. Does this play need a whistle? Does the play need a whistle from the center official? Do we have a cadence whistle? All of the things come into play. So let's take a look at the play, right? Ball's deflected. We have a lunging player, a defender. Do they have legal guarding position on this play? Does the whistle come from the correct official, right? Our center official seems to pause, no whistle from other officials, and makes a definitive ruling of a blocking foul, right? Oftentimes in sudden block charge plays, right, we're going to go with our default, right? All officials basically have a default. Are you going to be a block official, right? When in doubt, call a block. Or are you going to be, when in doubt, call a charge? It's 50-50. What do you lean on, right? This is definitely a thing. Right, let's start at the beginning of the play. First of all, we have a double team over here. We have two defenders. And we have a trail official who's not in the play, okay? Right, we could talk about positioning on this play. Our lead official is lane line extended. If you know my opinion, this is the worst place in the world to officiate from, right? As lead in 3-person, right? Minimum be out here on the G to mirror the basketball. Who's going to, right, to mirror the basketball when it was here? And when the ball goes into the post, then we have a great look here. But the ball hits a defensive player in the chest, and it's bouncing here, right? Let's evaluate what the defender does. We always have to do that in block charge scenarios. This player has 2 feet on the floor facing the opponent. They're not actually in a guarding position yet because our player doesn't even have the ball yet. Do we have 2 feet on the floor facing the opponent? Yes, we have LGP, easy peasy. And then there's, right, then there's a movement of 1 foot towards the other. This player stays vertical and is plowed over. One more look. Yeah. I've got a legal defender on that play. That's me. And talk about positioning on the play, right? So first of all, when our trail has this matchup, we do not expect to see them on the screen, right? But when the ball goes into the post, our trail official needs to step down and step down again, right, and be at the 28-foot mark for this play, who would have the best look at this play? Our lead certainly has a great look at this play, but we would expect our trail to be able to see between, did she move forward, etc. We want to be in position for plays even that happen suddenly. And so one of the keys to doing that is have habits and fundamentals to automatically move into position, right? So it'll be a theme of today's show is positioning of officials. We'd certainly want to see the trail official here on this play. Yeah, we would. That's me. This is a play, though, just recognize it for what it is. It comes out of the blue. It comes out of the blue. We can't anticipate this play, right? And we're going to, in the absence of a whistle by other officials, going to put a whistle on the play. Just recognize, that play needs a whistle. Based on the information I have, that's what, I have no issue with the call itself. In my judgment, the defender was legal, but on a sudden block charge play like this, yeah, you can get that. Hey, thanks for watching the show today. Much appreciated. There were lessons to be learned from each of the plays that we had. One lesson that I've learned is we have tremendous show supporters. I want to give them a shout out now. Much appreciated and much love. You can always buy us a coffee at abetterofficial.com/coffee. Hey, we have additional video content available for you. You can find that here. But I'll tell you what, I'll see you in the very next video. Take care, everybody.